channel for a while, you may know that I am pretty obsessed with this thing called stationery. I love my pens, I love my paper, but most of all, I really love journaling and writing down my thoughts and getting organized and all of that stuff. As Scar said from The Lion King, be prepared. That is literally my motto. So today, I thought I'd share with you guys all of the stationery that I use the most during the year. These are my MVPs for my stationery home team. We are in the final Stanley Cup game, and I don't really know where I was going with that analogy, but let's just jump into the video and start out with notebooks. I went through 3 of these bad boys in 2020, and this is my 4th one, which I'll be using for the start of 2021. Back in 2019, when I discovered this notebook, I knew it was going to be a long-time companion because I absolutely loved how this notebook has a ton of pages. It comes with 368, which means I don't go through one of these in a couple of months, which is awesome. And I also really loved how the pages were thin, white, and had this really nice light grid, which helps me draw really straight lines without even trying. Besides my Stalogy, I also used my Moleskine Cahiers Pocket Notebook. You guys don't really see this one as much on my channel because I actually use this for my morning journaling session every single day. This guy's pretty standard. He's just a little craft paper notebook with plain pages on the inside. But what I love about this is I can slip it into my little traveler's notebook and it's the perfect fit and it's all in there so I can easily journal in the morning. I've gone through about 8 of these this year. They do fill up pretty quickly because they only have 74 pages. But the nice thing about it is when you have a lot, you can use them as a fan, maybe a DIY tripod, and also because these are sold from a local bookstore called Indigo in Canada, I can usually get them on sale, which is pretty sweet. Every time I do morning journaling, I like to fill out 3 pages according to a kind of hijacked method of the morning pages by Julia Cameron. And I like using the pocket-sized notebooks for this because I don't like to have to write a ton of stuff in the morning, but I like to be able to write just enough so that my mind is clear and ready for the day. So those are the main 2 notebooks that I went through this year. Jumping right into pens, this Muji retractable gel pen by far is the most used pen I used this year. I can confidently say I use this guy every single day for at least 3 hours, and every day I would listen to this really satisfying pen noise. Gotta love that ASMR, right, kids? Anyway, this guy has a retractable clip so you can attach it to whatever surface you deem necessary. And I just love the size of this pen. It's a really nice 0.5 tip, really nice dark black ink. And I also really love that I can switch out the refills into nicer pens like this new Pilot pen I just got. So I can feel a little fancy when I want to, but then I also have the old version if I'm traveling. I also find this pen performs really well on Stalogy paper. It's not really the most amazing pen in the world. I'm sure there's better ones, but I just really like the way it writes and I like the way it makes my handwriting look. Besides this pen, I also really love the Kaweco Sport gel pen. This guy is definitely a lot more pricey, but it's really cool that you can just buy the pen once and then you buy refills. So it's a little more, I guess, environmentally conscious in that way because you're not throwing out the pen body when you're done. Also, I love this pen for my really small hands because it is also very small, so it's really easy for me to hold and write with. I use this pen every single morning when I'm doing my morning journaling, and I don't really use it in my bullet journal because it tends to have a bit of a thicker pen tip size. This guy's about a 0.7 with my Parker gel refills in there. So although it's a bit too thick for my bullet journaling, I like to use it for my morning journaling so I can still use this guy because I really love him. Although you can get this pen in a ton of different colors, I tried to restrain myself when I was collecting these and I only have them in the transparent body, in the macchiato, which is like this tan color, and also the coconut, which is like a frosted white. I also have these clips on them. They're like these clips that you can pull on and off. I have 1 gold and 2 silver. I just thought these matched the different colors the best, and that's why I chose them. But that's also really handy for being able to clip them onto stuff. The only brush pen that I probably exclusively used in my bullet journal this year was this Tombow Hard Tip Fudenosuke brush pen. This guy is my favorite pen for doing any really small lettering, which is usually the kind of stuff I'm doing in my bullet journal because notebooks tend to be pretty small. But the nice thing about this pen is it comes in a pack with the soft tip, and it's literally, I think, like $6, so it's quite affordable. And I've gone through about 3 of these this year, and they lasted me about 3 to 6 months each, so pretty good wear time. Now, along with my brush pen, I definitely used my mechanical pencil and erasers this year a ton. I don't know if these are like the best pencils and erasers out here, but I have very distinct memories being so excited to get this high polymer eraser in grade 6 at my school store when I was in elementary school. I don't know why, but grade 6 me just knew this was the best eraser, and I still use it to this day, so I'm pretty loyal to the high polymer eraser. But I've also really used my Pentel little retractable eraser. This has been such a savior for doing any little tweaks to lettering drafts that I have where I just want to change 1 or 2 letters because it can be really precise. Oh, and finally, this is the pencil that I always use. This is a mechanical pencil that I borrowed from my sister, and I'm still borrowing because I love that it's black, minimal, and gets the job done. Now, the entire year, I kept my pens and pencils in this Herschel pencil case. It actually might be a toiletry bag, which we love dual purpose, but this super durable canvas pencil case has been one of my favorites this year. It has a really sturdy zipper, and it can hold a lot of stuff, which is both a gift and a curse because you can really fill it up easily and then have a ton of pens that you don't need. But one thing I really love about this pencil case is it can fit really long markers like the Tombow dual brush pen. If you guys have those, you might know they don't tend to fit in a lot of pencil cases, which is kind of a bummer. Of course, if you're looking for something more minimal, I thought I'd show this alternative. This is the Muji transparent pencil box. It's definitely a lot smaller than the Herschel one, but it's really great for travel, and I was able to fit all of my essentials with a little bit of Tetris rearranging. And I just love how this is a simple and affordable alternative to the pencil case. Now that I've mentioned my favorite notebooks and pens, now we are getting into the accessories, and I had to start this off with the most asked about accessory I've ever gotten asked about on this channel, which is these brass little tabs. I discovered these from a friend, Sylvia, via calligraphy because she had them on her journal, and as soon as I got them, I knew that these were the only tabs I would ever need in my entire life, because they're made out of this really thin metal that makes it really easy to flip pages in notebooks with thin pages, just like the Stalogy. I also just love the color and the fact that these tabs patina, as you can see in these gorgeous B-roll shots, if I do say so myself. It kind of develops this more matte look with a bit of a more brown tone, but if you don't like that, I'm sure there's a way you can clean it, although I haven't tried. Kind of similar to this is my book dart. This is another most used thing because I keep this on the page of my daily logs in my bullet journal. I actually got this guy for free at a stationery store in Toronto called Leywines, so I only have one of them, but you can buy them in packs of 12 up to 500 in case you want to create your own collection or army of these guys. Now, it wouldn't be one of these videos if I didn't talk about one of my favorite accessories and most used accessories this year, which is my leather covers for my journal. You see them all the time, I see them all the time, I use them all the time, and my most used one this year by far was this Giglio undyed appunto. Now, this guy is a serious splurge. He's incredibly expensive, and especially in Canadian because the euro doesn't really convert that well. However, I think this is probably one of the best pieces of leather that I've ever received. I feel like the design is truly incomparable, and it's the kind of piece that I feel like I will treasure for a really long time. But I know that, not everyone's out here wanting to splurge on covers, and I totally feel that, which is why the Moterm cover is actually such a good alternative. Now, I know this guy is from China, which may not align with everyone's ethical agenda. However, if you want to try out this cover style before investing in a Giglio, or you want something that's a lot more durable, this is an incredibly amazing option. I also want to recommend that you can always find really cool leather covers from small independent makers local to you. This one is from a shop called Stride Ridge, which is in Mississauga. I'm in Toronto, so we are very, very close, both within the GTA, which is really awesome, and then you're supporting a local shop, which is really cool. Now, the final accessory that I wanted to mention for my most used stationery is my scissors. These are my favorite scissors in the world, guys. These are silver scissors that I don't know where they're from. I think they might be meat scissors or tailor scissors. If you know, let me know because I have no idea. I just love how these scissors are silver and they make the most satisfying cutting sound ever. It is literally the best. Take a listen. Is that not so great? Oh, I just love these. Anyway, besides the scissors, I wanted to mention a couple MVPs that I have along with my stationery supplies all the time. These are my reading glasses. My eyes get tired, so I need these. I also always have a blanket with me when I'm journaling. And then finally, a good old cup of Barry's tea because I love to support my Irish ancestors. But anyway, guys, that is all of the most used stationery in 2020. Let me know what you guys used the most this year. Was it a journal, a pen, maybe something super random like, I don't know, a binder clip or a Post-it note? Anyway, let me know below what your top used items this year were. And besides that, I will actually see you on Tuesday because I'm throwing in a bonus video next week. So you only have to wait 4 more days to see me and then we'll be together again. But until then, I will see you guys later and I'm gonna check out and say bye. So that's all for me, guys. I will see you next time.